Right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paul. I'm also called Knack. I'm the brains behind Knack's Old Peculiar, the world's most repetitive blog, and behind Knack's Daily Teasers, which is a hopefully fun and enjoyable set of brain teaser quizzes. Please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if that's where you're watching. That way you get to see the lot and you can get to put your answers in on the blog if you fancy having a go today. At any rate, on top of that, I also talk about movies I've watched, if I can find one I can concentrate on for more than half an hour, that is. I also talk about TV shows I'm watching, TV shows I'm enjoying and watching, and believe I should share with you. Right at the moment, it is Sunday the 7th of April. It is quite late on Sunday the 7th of April. And last night, I saw the second episode of Star Trek Discovery's last season. It's called Under the Twin Moons, and I thought I should share what I thought of the episode. Episode 2, Under the Twin Moons, opens with a summary of the last episode and then shifts to show us Captain Michael Burnham, Sonequa Martin Green, dictating a personal log and explaining her newfound doubts about her purpose and wondering if finding the progenitor device will give a newfound direction. Whilst thinking this over, Michael is joined by Saru, Doug Jones, who is equally concerned by the mission but brings good news. Repairs to the Discovery are almost complete, and on a personal note, he's looking forward to one last mission before he leaves Starfleet and gets married. There's just one last job that Captain Burnham has to do before the Discovery flies. She and Rayner of the Antares are to face an inquiry led by President Rillak. Post titles, we find the inquiry's result has been postponed until after the Discovery's mission has been completed. Admiral Vance, Oded Fehr, has assigned an extra pair of hands to the Discovery, who he thinks will be useful because of their links to the courier and smuggler community, and he feels this particular pair of hands could help in the Discovery's hunt. That extra pair of hands are, of course, Cleveland Booker, David Ajala, Captain Burnham's former lover. It's something the captain feels is a good thing because she thinks that, or knows that Book's connections will come in handy, and that's something she tells her ex in person. Alongside the basics of the Discovery's mission, captain and crew are on a treasure hunt for a diary. They're hoping to find powerful technology as a result. They're going to find clues on a graveyard planet called Lyrak. Oh, and it's Saru's last mission. This could get interesting. Right, you're going to ask me, aren't you? You're going to ask, Paul, what did you make of this episode? What did you make of the basic premise? Whether I've seen something like it before? What did I think of Saru, God rest his soul, leaving the crew? Of Rayner, Callum Keith Rennie, being retired. What on earth did I make of 2 episodes? Dropping at once. Let's start with that first point, shall we? The 2 episodes dropping on opening night, on last Thursday. Now, it's got to be said, I grew up at a time when TV shows were shown one night a week over the course of however many weeks. A 13-episode series would be Saturday nights for the next 3 months, or thereabouts. So that's partly why I write my reviews, or write the scripts for the video versions, once a week. It's the broadcast schedule I'm used to, and it gives me time to do other things or watch other things in between reviews. So for me, those first 2 episodes being published on the same night, something that we repeated when the new series of Doctor Who starts on the 11th of May, isn't necessarily something I'm totally comfortable with, as good as I found these first 2 episodes. That schedule makes my hobby of watching TV shows and then reviewing them just a touch more difficult to juggle. Hopefully it won't be a feature in future series of Star Trek or of Doctor Who. Now, Saru leaving the crew. Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. That is surprising, but not totally unexpected. The character's gone on semi-retirement every so often in the last couple of series. I'm also expecting the character again to stick around for this series in either a reduced capacity or a different one. After all, the character is due to get married to Tarina of Navarre and to enter Federation diplomatic service. So the fact we get to see Saru living up to his nickname of Action Saru was quite something. We get to see him doing stuff, running around, shooting things, solving puzzles, and it's about damn time. I've only, for the most part, seen him offering wise advice. Usually he'll make a few good points to the captain and then go off and do something else. So seeing him being an action Gelpian is quite a good change. There's also something else. We find that Captain Rayner, the famously forthright Captain Rayner, has been formally retired by the end of the episode by Admiral Vance after the captain's performance at President Relics Inquiry. And that's also after Rayner has helped Tilly and Adira, Mary Wiseman and Blue Barrio to solve a sticky science problem. So by the end of Under the Twin Moons, we have a character who has nothing to do, has a difficult relationship with the main character, and in a move that seemed obvious to me when Vance tells us he's forcing Rayner to retire, is immediately hired by Captain Burnham as her new first officer, her new number one. Yes, I saw that one coming, as I suspect you did too. But as wonderful a character as Saru is, Captain Burnham and we now have a first officer character, a senior advisor, who is going to give the boss a bloody good argument over anything and everything. The potential for drama is going to be quite something. What else can I tell you? The basic premise, that's what I meant to say, the basic idea of Under the Twin Moons. It struck me as very simple. The team, the Discovery crew, are on a treasure hunt. This episode solidifies that for us. Now, the series has already shown us a strange circular symbol, one that seems to be at the heart of the mystery. And the episode sees Captain Burnham and Saru finding an ancient artifact on Lyrac. It's only after talking through things with her crew that Captain Burnham asks the Discovery's computer to replicate a solid version of the symbol that she and Lieutenant Commander Stamets realise is a map to where the progenitor devices are, and it's a three-dimensional map that they have to assemble, and that the remaining pieces will complete the map. That's when I realised this series is going to be a treasure hunt. That simple fact is what's going to keep me glued to the rest of the series, I think. It's also got me thinking of something else, or at least reminded of something else. Have you seen any classic Doctor Who? You might not, but I have. And I'm talking here about the original run that ran from 1963 to 1989. The classic show's 16th season is known as the Key to Time series, and it sees the Fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, and Romana, Mary Tam, having to find the 6 hidden parts of the Key to Time, assemble the things, and then use it to prevent the villainous Black Guardian causing unspeakable chaos. The sight of Captain Burnham putting 2 parts of this three-dimensional map together immediately put me in mind of the classic Key to Time series. It also got me thinking of something else. The last story of the Key to Time serial, the last serial of the series, was called The Armageddon Factor, and it struck me as significant because one basic plot point of that story was simply that the villain of the piece had worked out all he needs to do is find the last part of the key, wait for the Doctor to turn up with the other 5, and then steal them from our hero. 2 episodes into Discovery's last season, I am wondering this. Will Lack and Mole do the same thing? Will the villainous pair find the last piece of the map, wait for the USS Discovery over there, or wherever, wait for the Discovery to show up with the remaining pieces, and then try to steal them? I don't know, but I get the feeling that that's one way this story could go. We're going to have to wait and see. Just as a last note here for you, yes, I have thoroughly enjoyed this particular episode. I have thoroughly enjoyed Under the Twin Moons. And while I've got mixed feelings about the first two episodes dropping on the same day, while I feel sad that this first season is the last one for Star Trek Discovery, it has been quite a show to watch. Both Red Directive and Under the Twin Moons are strong episodes and show us good writing, a strong story arc, and a cast, quite frankly and quite literally, on the top of their game. All the actors get on well together, and you can see that in the various interviews. So they've all figured out how their characters are played and how each character gets on with the others. It's fantastic to watch so far. Now, I am intent on watching this last series right up until the last episode, and frankly, I intend to enjoy every last minute. And I also hope you'll be joining me for the flight. I will be taking that next trip when I watch the third episode, Jinaal, Jinaal, on Thursday, the 11th of April. Next Thursday, this one coming. I will have my review of that episode up on the 12th of April, and I will frankly be seeing you then. I will be looking forward to it. Be seeing you, as Patrick McGowan would say. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to do that Vulcan salute thing. Bye.